For some reason, it's advertised as the cordless leaf blower. When Alloyman reached out to me to see if I wanted to review a few of their products, I couldn't say no, especially to this cordless impact wrench, which features 480 foot-pounds of torque. The packaging itself doesn't exactly include too much in terms of specifications, but we can see that aside from the 480 foot-pounds, it does provide 0 to 2000 RPMs, and it does include one battery too, a 4 amp hour one. On top of that, it comes with a 1-year warranty as well. I'll put some more of the specifications up on the screen right now so that way you can take a look at it. Inside of it, we have the instruction manual. For some reason, it's advertised as the cordless leaf blower. We also have the battery charger here, some 1/2-inch extensions as well, some additional sockets, and of course, the impact wrench itself. So the tool itself does feel pretty comfortable in the hands here. It does have some rubber towards the end over here. Trigger is here. And of course the reverse forward locking mechanism in the same place here as we would expect. Control dials are down here as well. And this is where we put the battery. Looks like there's only a negative and positive terminal here. There's no temperature sensor, which is pretty interesting. Now taking a look at the battery itself, it is pretty standard sized. It's got the battery indicator level here at the front, and towards the bottom then it's just all plastic. There's no rubber of any kind, which is kind of unfortunate as the rubber would have also prevented the tool from sliding around when it's in its upright position. Towards the top up here then there is an alternative way of charging the battery itself through this little port here instead of using the included battery charger that came with the kit. The battery does have a third terminal, which seems to be a temperature feedback to the charger, which means that this battery most likely has an internal temperature sensor. In terms of build quality, it is okay for its asking price, but as soon as I put the battery on, then I noticed this. It's definitely loose, not as snug as I'd like it to be. Taking a look at some of its accessories, the extensions along with the sockets, it's all chrome vanadium, and just because these are black doesn't exactly mean that they're impact rated. I got the Alloyman 19mm socket next to a Pittsburgh 19mm impact rated socket, and we can totally see that there's a difference in terms of build quality. This one much thicker and the Alloyman is much thinner. I'm not exactly a big fan of using this little pin here along with the ring to secure the socket, simply because when I'm working then I like to replace sockets quickly and not have to deal with something like this. Now taking a closer look at the sockets, then it does range from 17 all the way up to 22mm, but for some reason they're not even all the same length. The 22mm obviously is the shortest one for some reason, but the other 5 here, they're a couple millimeters off of each other, which is really weird looking, to be honest. I think it's also weird too because the box says 480 foot-pounds, but the tool itself says 520 foot-pounds. We got a little bit of snow last night as it is getting colder, and I'm going to go ahead and put some of these winter tires onto my vehicle here. I'm going to go ahead and use the Alloyman impact wrench to go ahead and help me do so. So in order to put the socket on, then you just put it on, but once you break it in a little bit, then it will definitely be easier to slip on and off. Put the pin in the hole, and then we'll just slide on the rubber O-ring just right over the groove there. That way the pin doesn't come out. I don't like this method because it's definitely time consuming putting on and taking off the socket. It takes a lot of time to do so. And when you're not careful, you take the O-ring out and the pin falls out just like that. And now you have to go searching for it. Preferably, I just like to take a regular socket, just place it on there, and this isn't going anywhere, it's stiff enough anyway. And then whenever you want to switch sockets, pull it out, grab another one, plop it on, and then now you're good to go. But for the sake of this review, then I'll go ahead and use the included socket. It looks like there's an auto feature where it stops the anvil from turning as soon as it knows that the bolt is actually loose. Let's try the other wheel and let's take a closer look. So I'm just going to full throttle the trigger here. I'm not going to stop, and let's see what happens. Here's what happens with no load. Notice my finger is still on the trigger here. Try that again. So it knows how to stop when it's in reverse, so I'm not going to let go of the trigger. My finger is still on the trigger, and the nut is loose. So yeah, it's definitely stopping, which is good, as it knows that there is no more load working against it. So I want to do something else. I have this 32mm socket here, and of course an axle nut torqued down to 150 foot-pounds. I'm going to go ahead and see what happens. That's pretty impressive, actually. I got the Hercules mid-torque 1/2 inch impact wrench here with the 5 amp hour battery fully charged as well. Let's see if this one can do it. It can, but it definitely takes a significant amount more time. Let's try the Alloyman again. Let's bring out the Ultra Torque from Hercules. Same 5 amp hour battery, completely charged. As expected. Let's do one more. I can't get enough of that. Haha! Gonna go ahead and do the other tires too, and then we'll be done. Tools like these are meant for homeowners who don't normally work on cars and trucks too often, but still find themselves needing an impact wrench from time to time. Spending hundreds of dollars on something like Milwaukee or DeWalt would not make sense in this scenario. For the price, the performance of this impact wrench is pretty good. In terms of longevity, only time can tell, but I'll continue using this tool and provide an update after several months. Even though this tool will be suitable for most practical applications, it is worth noting the loose battery grip and a few imperfections around the body design. As it does come with extensions, sockets, and a carrying case, this is a good and inexpensive brushless impact wrench kit to throw in the back of a car or truck for emergency situations. It does weigh 2,256.4 grams with the battery, and it is 7 3/16 inches long, making it suitable for a kit on the go. This brushless impact wrench does sell on Amazon for $89.99, but you can often find it on sale for a better price. I understand most people cannot afford or do not need expensive name brand tools, and I plan to continue making practical review videos on affordable tech and tools from a DIY perspective. Most of these tools I have bought myself, but as for sponsored products like this impact wrench, I still intend to keep these reviews honest with my own personal opinions. Thanks again for Alloyman for sending me this product. If you found this video to be helpful, give me a like and consider subscribing to my channel. I cannot continue doing this if it weren't for your support. As always, thanks for watching.